The man calmly got to his feet and put his briefcase on the table. After entering the combination for the lock, he opened it up and removed a long pair of stainless steel pincers from inside. Chapter 1. 30th of October 2002. John Spicer was driving back to the station when he heard the community support officer's call for help on his police radio. The CSO said he was outside a house in which a corpse had just been discovered. He said the dead girl's mother was still inside, refusing to leave her daughter's body. He went on to explain to the operator that his patrol partner was in the kitchen, trying to comfort her. His voice was high and panicky. When the address in Berrybridge Road was read out, John realised he was just a few streets away. Telling the operator he would attend the scene, John turned off the main road, cut down a side street, and pulled up outside the house. As he got out of his car and straightened his tie, the sight of a very young and nervous-looking officer confronted him. The officer was trying to reason with an irate woman who stood with one hand rocking a buggy, stout legs planted firmly apart. As the officer repeated that she wasn't allowed past, the red-faced toddler in the buggy leaned back, shut its eyes, and started to bawl. "You can't stop me getting in my own sodding house," the woman said, holding another chocolate button in front of the angry infant's face. "The kid wants his lunch. You can hear, can't you?" In an attempt to keep the cold autumnal breeze off him, she began tucking the tattered blanket around his legs. "It's all right, Liam." Crafty little shit, thought John Spicer, noticing how he immediately stopped crying when the button appeared. If his eyes were shut in genuine distress, he wouldn't have known the button was there. John had accepted long ago that deviousness was as much a part of human makeup as kindness or joy. What always amazed him was how early people appeared to learn the process of manipulation. "Sorry, madam, we won't be much longer," John intervened, a placatory tone in his voice, hoping that if he and Alice had the baby they were trying for, it didn't turn out like that one. He guided the CSO out of earshot. "Hello, my name's John Spicer." The young officer glanced at John's warrant card, saw his rank and replied, "CSO White, and I'm glad to see you, sir. You said on the radio that you heard wailing noises from inside the house. Then what?" He took out his notebook as if in court. "Yes, that was at 9:55 a.m. We proceeded up the driveway to the front door, which we found to be ajar. On receiving no response from the person in distress within the property, we proceeded inside and found a middle-aged woman sitting on the floor of the living room, hugging a deceased woman of around 20. My patrol partner, CSO Payne, entered the room and crouched down to check for a pulse. At that point, she noticed thick white matter at the back of the deceased woman's mouth." He looked up and, breaking from his notes, said, "It was hanging open, you see, though I didn't catch sight of it myself. When we separated the mother from the body, the dead girl's head lay back on the carpet and I couldn't see in." John nodded. "So you called for assistance, and no one has been in there except you and your patrol partner?" "Yes, that's correct, sir." "And this woman has confirmed the deceased is her daughter and that her daughter lives in the house?" "Yes." "And no one else lives there?" "That's correct." "Okay, good work, well done." A smile broke out momentarily across the young man's face. Then, remembering the gravity of the situation, he reorganized his features into an expression of appropriate seriousness. The toddler started its bawling once again. His mum gave in and shoved the entire packet of chocolate buttons into his hands. The crying immediately stopped, and John thought, another victory to the little people. So, We've just got to keep Lucifer and his mom, Mrs. Beelzebub.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.